All right, Sam Merrill, as the Aggies will have the ball to start the second half, will inbound. Youngstown State brings the press, finally able to dish it off to Kobe, who is guarded closely by Garrett Covington as the Penguins bring their starting lineup back out on the court. Kobe swings over to Brito on the baseline, who's guarded closely. Back over to Brown, left wing three, misses a lot, actually. Drew the back iron. Covington quickly going the other way after the Penguin rebound. Back up top to Morse. Morse had a couple good looks early in this game. In fact, he's got 14, tied for the leading scorer in this game. Covington over to Robinson. Robinson, and a foul will go against Utah State. And that's going to be Dwayne Brown Jr. who gets saddled with the first foul.
Yeah, I'd like to see, Dwayne drive that ball. It swung all the way from the corner. We ran a set play. It was for a layup underneath the basket, not available. Swing it. Let's drive it one time and get that ball in the paint.
Morris is going to take a three and get it to go. Cameron Morris now has 17, and this Aggie lead has been trimmed to 4. Aggies led by as many as 10 if you count the last stages. Here comes Sam Merrill, baseline drive, lays it up and in, and a foul. He'll go to the free throw line. I was going to say, since if you count back to the end of the first half, Youngstown State was on a 6-0 run, but that was ended quickly by Sam Merrill.
Yeah, and just because you're a three-point shooting team doesn't mean you can fall in love with the three. What Sam did there is we have a skip. The defense is offset. We drive it to the basket, get an and one. That's just a better play than just, hurling up the threes when they're not going in for you.
Yeah. So Sam Merrill's going to go to the free throw line for a chance. In fact, he started the first half with a three-point play, has a chance to start the second half with a three-point play. And he buries the free throw line, buries the free throw attempt, and the Aggies push the lead back to 7, 44-37, 19 minutes left to go in the game. Morse back over to Haygood, who tries to go down low. Hartfield tries to find him, can't find anything, so he'll swing it over to the left side. Back down to Haygood, trying to post up Quinn Taylor. Instead kicks it back to Morse. Morse has to drive, skip pass, goes out of bounds off of Quinn Taylor, and it will remain with Youngstown State, but they only have 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on where he's playing right now with a short clock, because he'll definitely put it up. Oh, he's the inbounder.
He's the inbounder. That's usually sometimes the most dangerous man out on the court. Set to inbound. Morris waits, dishes over to Covington. Covington back to Morris. Morris is double teamed, loses the handle, and will not get the shot off. Well, actually, no, they say he did. Wow. And the rebound by Covington is up. He can't get it to fall, and Brown pulls down the rebound. Down low to Taylor as Kobe tried to throw the pass to him, and he couldn't get it to him. Goes out of bounds. Kobe's barking at Quinn, saying keep running, as Quinn pulled the route short, if you want to use a football term.
Well, I think, it's a responsibility of the passer. That's Kobe's turnover. That doesn't have anything to do with Quinn running more.
Morris crosses the timeline. Aggies still lead by 7. Morris swings over to Haygood, baseline, can't find anything, dishes back to Morris. He'll drive the baseline, and over the outstretched arms of Quinn Taylor, tried to block it. He nestles it in the bottom of the hoop, and Utah State sees their lead cut to 5, 44-39. 18:05 left to go. Hand off to Taylor, or to Brito. Brito back over to Brown. Brown drives, good look, shot off the glass, got it to go. Acrobatic shot.
That's the oop-de-oop right there. Good job driving the basketball, not settling for the shot on that.
It's like he heard you on that last possession.
He's coachable.
Hartfield straight away outside the three-point line. Tries to drive, then pulls back. Swings it back over to Morris. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Aggies lead 46-39. Morris to the baseline to Covington. Covington pump fakes the three and then pulls it back down. He'll drive on McEwen, puts the shot up, won't go, and McEwen pulls down the board. Had a good look, though, was able to get around Kobe. Kobe on the right wing, into the lane, and they're going to get him for a carry.
So I really like Sam and Quinn in the ball screen defense. They just guarded a little bit better. 24, he's just going to pull up and shoot it. We had Dwayne Brown on him. He kind of left him a little bit. That's why we gave up the easy layup.
46-39, Aggies lead by 7, 17-15 left to go here in the first half. Haygood outside the three-point line, extended straight away. Back to Morris. Morris works it around, fakes the three, dishes low to Haygood, who throws down the hammer as the Aggies bid on that three-point pump fake.
Morris is a good player.
Brown nearly turns the ball over on a bad pass from Kobe. Brown into the lane, can't find anything, then spins around and lays it up and in.
Yeah, tilted floor.
48-41, 16:45 left to go. As a block shot at the rim by Quinn Taylor, as Morris tried to attack the rim, and Taylor will have none of it.
Yeah, I like the pace and the tempo of the game. This is the way we can get that lead out, stretched out. If we just try to play half court with them the whole time, it's not going to stretch.
Aggies lead by 7, 48-41, 16:46 left to go. Haygood's going to check out. Coming into the game is Noe Anaber. Up top to Hartfield. Hartfield back over to Bohannon. Now into the game as well. Back to Hartfield on the left wing. Stagnant offense here for Youngstown State. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. These guys aren't a particularly great half-court team. Hartfield on the right wing. Down low. Cross-court pass. Baseline drive. Covington shot off the glass. Won't go, but he draws the foul. And let's see who they get it on. It might be Quinn Taylor. It is. Quinn Taylor picks up second foul. That's the second team foul on Utah State. But that will send Covington to the free throw line, who's a 65% free throw shooter.
So first breakdown in the zone defense there. The zone really gives Youngstown State some problems, but we're just a little late rotating. We actually had 2 guys run to the ball, and when you have 2 guys run to the ball, you're leaving someone open, and that's Quinn had to step over as a secondary defender, and he was in the arc, restricted arc, so that's an automatic block.
Covington goes 2 for 2 from the line. He's a 64% free throw shooter, and right now Youngstown State is a 60%. Long pass to Brito, crosses the timeline, breaks the press, over to Merrill, dishes to Taylor. Taylor gets the shot up, gets it to go, and he's fouled. That's a press breaker for you.
Yeah, if the team's going to man-to-man press you, you should be able to throw it over the top and go lay it up.
50-43, Aggies lead by 7. We're at the 16-16 mark. Isby's checking into this game.
I like it.
And let's see if Isby can continue to give this team a spark offensively.
Instant offense right there.
Yeah, Brito checks out. Taylor's going to the free throw line.
Stir and drink.
Yep, Isby's got 14 points to lead the Aggies. This is his first appearance here in the second half.
Yes.
Free throw is up and good and pushes the lead back to 8, 51-43. Morris is your leading scorer of the game for Youngstown State. He's got 19. Anaber hands off to Morris. Morris with a floating three-point shot attempt won't go. Quinn Taylor with the rebound, and the Aggies have numbers. Sam Merrill slows it up, though, as Youngstown State did a good job of getting back. Merrill, instead of taking to the screen, will shoot the three, won't go. Rebound ripped down by Morris, and here comes Youngstown State going the other way. Quickly, Morris, baseline pass to Covington. Can't do anything with it. Covington then dribbles back to the middle of the court with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Covington being guarded by McEwen. McEwen playing with 3 fouls, all picked up in the first half. Straightaway three, right wing, got it. And that is Jalen Benton who drills the three.
Yeah, that ball screen, Quinn just failed to show, and we got rolled out on the ball screen and left him for an open three.
51-46. Aggies keep letting Youngstown State stay in this game as we hit the 15-minute mark. Brown hands off to Isby. Isby, pass to intended for Quinn, goes off the foot of a defender out of bounds.
We have a foul. I think he was holding.
51-46. Yep, foul against Youngstown State. We'll reset the action when we come back. Aggies lead by 5 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. Back, you're listening to Utah State basketball on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. Utah State leads 51-46, holding on to that 5-point lead. Tell you what, it's been a interesting back and forth game. Utah State appears at times like they're ready to pull away, and here comes Youngstown State just reeling them back in like a fish out there on the stream.
Yeah, you know, we're kind of living and dying by the three a little bit, and there'll be games like this throughout the season where we're not shooting well enough to keep shooting. You know, right now we're 3 for 11, 27%. That's not getting it done. So we need to shrink that defense by getting the ball either in the paint. Maybe we get Quinn posting up, or one of our bigs posting up, or we drive it to to the no ball area there and try to get some points in the paint again.
So the Aggies set to inbound after the foul. Kobe McEwen will inbound. Deron Henson set to check into the game. McEwen dishes over to Brown. Brown over to Henson. Back over to Perry on the left wing. Back over to McEwen. Straightaway three is up and got it to go. And there you go.
I always like that when he can come off a down screen and be able to turn and catch and shoot. I like that shot a lot that he takes.
So Kobe's finally on the board. 3 points on the night. He was previous 0 for 1 from the field. Had only had one shot attempt. Dealt with the foul trouble in the first half. Morris trying to work into the lane. Can't find anything. So he hands over to Benton. Benton on the left wing, who just did a big three on the previous possession. He's double teamed. Cross court down low. Haygood's got a good look, been stripped away, and they're going to get a foul on Henson. 14:27 left to go. Aggies lead by 8, 54-46.
Yeah, defense, we play fine defense for 25 seconds and we're just kind of having little breakdowns. But, again, that's just having to chase those guys off the three-point line right now is creating some disadvantages in the post.
Haygood's first free throw. Shot is up and got it to go. We'll have one more. Haygood's only a 44% free throw shooter. But tell you what, here comes Youngstown State now 7 of 11 from the free throw line. Aggies have made 5 out of their last 6 shots, but just not getting stops on the defensive side. Haygood goes 2 for 2. Kobe McEwen trying to set things up, double teamed with the press, tries to get around the edge, has to pick up his dribble, cross courts it over to Perry. Perry splits a double team and he is fouled, and they're going to snag Hartfield with that foul. That'll be the 14th foul for Youngstown State.
We're on pace for an hour and a half, second half here, the way they're calling this game, and this is the way that it has to be called. There's just a lot of fouls so far.
Aggies lead by 6, 54-48. Kobe McEwen on the right wing. Hit a three, now drives into the lane, shot off the glass. Got it, and he's fouled, and Kobe's filling it here in the second half. 56-48, Kobe will go for his first free throw shot attempt here on the night.
Well, that's good. He came out, he made the three off the down screen, the basket got a little bigger. Now they're running out at him. He made the right play by driving it to the basket.
Lines up this free throw. It is up and won't go. Aggies are now 10 of 20 from the free throw line. Morse picked up by Perry on the left wing. Swings it over to Haygood. Haygood trying to go to work. Instead, hands back to Hartfield. Cross courts it back to Morris. Back to Haygood on the low blocks. Lays it up and in. Great offensive set for Youngstown State. Lays to a nice layup.
Yeah, Isby has to fight around. He's in a mismatch. He has to front him. That created an over-the-top pass.
McEwen breaks the press. Cross courts it over to Henson. Back to Perry, who will take a three and won't go. Brown fights for the board, but ultimately Morse is able to pull it down for Youngstown State. Aggies haven't been great on the board. Haygood gets a good look from Morse. Down low, nobody's there to pick him up, and he lays it up and in. 4-0 run here for the Penguins. And it's a 4-point game, 56-52. Every time looks like the Aggies are set to pull away. Penguins will have none of it. Isby on the left wing picks up his dribble, has to get rid of it. Hands over to McEwen, who has the ball deflected. It'll go out of bounds and remain with Utah State with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Merrill back into the game. Quinn Taylor back in the game. Brown and Henson are going to check out.
Yeah, this game is clearly too fast for Henson. His legs are just not quite there for this game. I think Coach Duryea probably gave him a try.
Yeah.
And if we need him later in the game, at least he'll have a little experience with the speed and tempo of the game. But
he's banged up too. He's doing.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That injury definitely is nagging at him. And I wasn't expecting him to play at all in this game. So just kind of get a little feel for it. And if we need him at the end of the game, he'll be used to it.
Kobe McEwen with 5 seconds left on the shot clock takes a straightaway three, won't go. Taylor fights for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Utah State. Ags may have been the beneficiaries of that one.
I like a Utah official.
Yeah, we're down with that. Sam Merrill set to inbound. Fresh shot clock for the Aggies at 30 seconds, 12:56 left to go in the game, and the Aggies nursing a 4-point lead. McEwen being guarded closely by Ferguson, who played extensively in the first half, but this is his first action here in the second. Isby, guarded by Morse, has to swing it over to Taylor, then dishes back to McEwen. Umbrella offense here by the Aggies. just working it around the three-point line. Sam Merrill with 10 seconds, crosses over, spins in the lane, dishes over to Brown. Brown drives baseline, spins, shot up, got it to go.
Good move. One good drive deserves another.
58-52, 6-point lead for the Aggies. 12:20 and counting left to go here in the ball game. Youngstown State came into this game 2-9, but certainly don't look like a 2-9 team, that's for sure.
No, they're offensively, they're really finding their way in this game, that's for sure.
Morris takes another three, but it won't go. Kobe active on the boards, pulls it down, and here comes the Aggies with Kobe going the other way. Kobe gets a screen from Taylor. Has 5 points here in the second half. And gets fouled as he tries to drive into the lane. 58-52. That'll be the 16th foul for Youngstown State. We'll be back with more second half action as the Aggies lead by 6 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. Aggies lead by 6, 58-52, 11:57 left to go. A Logan Eye Institute as their look around the league, as we have an opportunity to look around what's going on in the Mountain West Conference, especially since we're very close from getting into Mountain West Conference play. A lot of teams played last night. Northern Colorado got a win over Wyoming. Colorado State beat up Arkansas Fort Smith 87-73. New Mexico got the win over Rice 78-69, and Nevada over UC Davis 88-73. Only one other Mountain West Conference team in action tonight. UNLV will take on Mississippi Valley State, as a lot of these teams around the conference, coach, are just doing some finishing up touches before they get into conference play next week.
Yeah, trying to get the kids a little break. It's kind of your last break, and then it's just a grind. I mean, it's just a 2.5, 3 month, God willing, grind that you have to go through. So
that is your Logan Eye Institute look around the league. I want to thank Logan Eye Institute here on the Aggie Sports Network. All right, Isby gets the inbounds from Sam Merrill, hands over to McEwen. McEwen with 5 points, tries to drive baseline. Underhand scoop won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line as Kobe McEwen trying to take over here in the second half.
Yeah, I like aggressive play to the basket. I think any of the players could do that. We're basically 5 out right now with 5 players out beyond the three-point line in the umbrella, as you called it, and then we're just trying to penetrate. And that's really the best way to attack Youngstown State at this point.
Yeah. So McEwen's going to go to the free throw line after the hard foul. Took a nasty shot. And was down on the court for a bit, but he's ready to go and see if he can knock down a couple boards or a couple of free throws. Aggies 58, Youngstown State 52. Now make it 59-52.
Yeah, I'd like to see us hit some free throws down the stretch so that percentage doesn't look as bad when the game's over, because they'll remember that obviously over the break.
Second shot up and good, 2 for 2 on that trip. Aggies overall in the game, 12 of 22, now past 54%. Morris on the left wing. Down low, nice shot, up and good. And Hartfield is able to lay it up and in after a nice look from Morris. Morris with a really good assist. Aggies, long pass to Isby. Isby drives after the pass from Merrill. Broke the press, back to Isby. He'll take a left baseline three, won't go. Taylor tries to tap it out, but instead it's ripped down by Tyree Robinson for Youngstown State. Over to Morris. Morris takes a jumper from inside the three-point line. A foul down low, and that's going to go against?
No idea.
Well, go against Brown.
Yeah, he must have saw a hold or something down there. It was just a bad shot by Morrison. We just kind of bail him out with a foul right there. That's too bad.
So set to inbound underneath his own basket. It'll be Hartfield as Youngstown State trailing by 6. Aggies have a 60-54 lead with 11:08 left to go here in the game. Burrito's going to check into this game, and Brown's going to check out.
Yeah, so interesting stretch here, with 1 minute to go before we get to that 10-minute mark, that magic 10-minute mark here in the Spectrum. We really have to lock them down defensively.
Down low to Haygood. Haygood spins, shot up, won't go. Rebound, bowled down by Youngstown State, and a layup is up and good, and it's now back down to a 4-point game. 60-56 with 10:51 and counting left to go here in the ball game. 60-56. Sam Merrill hands over to Isby. Isby on the left wing, trying to create some offense. He had 14 points in the first half, is yet to score. That might change here. Shot is up, won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that'll be the defense or the offense that we have for the remainder of the game. You know, defensively, they're shooting a very high percentage. I mean, what are they shooting? 50%.
Yeah, they're 50. We're at 58.
Yeah, it's just nobody's really guarding anyone to around the basket. It's I think our defense is okay, and then we have a breakdown each possession. So hard to watch a little bit right now.
Isby's free throw shot is up and good. By the way, the Aggies only with 7 turnovers on the game. That hasn't been one of the issues. Defensively, they just haven't been great. Isby misses the second, so he goes 1 for 2 on that trip. Aggies lead by 5, 61-56. 10.5 minutes left to go in this one. Covington down low to Haygood. Haygood backs into a defender, and Merrill draws the charge. Aggies will have the ball back. Sam Merrill takes a lot of charges, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does a good job. He just kind of steps right in there. So good zone defense by the Aggies, and there's Sam in the right place to take a charge. He and Quinn probably have a little competition going on.
So Sam Merrill set to inbound. Youngstown State with the press. McEwen rolls out to the right side, swings it over to Merrill, who easily breaks the press. Over to Brito. Back to McEwen. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Aggies get into their offense. McEwen being guarded closely by Covington. Works to the left wing to Brito. Brito holds, can't find anything, gets a screen from Taylor, rolls it over to Merrill. Merrill has the ball deflected on a bad pass. Covington all by himself. He will lay it up and in as the pass intended for McEwen, and the turnover makes this now a 3-point game, 61-58. McEwen loses the handle once again. Ball's down on the court. It's going to, and still Utah State battles for it, and we've got a timeout, Youngstown State. That was a quick timeout as the Penguins will have the ball when we come back. 9:38 left to go as they pulled the trigger on that timeout before I thought he had possession.
Well, I think he started calling it way back here when they were kicking it around, and the first time he gained possession, they gave it to him. So probably just a little preventative officiating so that it didn't become a scrum right there. I think is why he gave them that timeout.
We'll take a timeout. Aggies nursing a 3-point lead, 61-58 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. (61-58) Aggies lead, but only by 3 with 9:38 left to go here in the ball game as the Aggies tried to pull off a win before going into conference play. Youngstown State came into this game 2-9, but they're not playing like a 2-9 team right now, Coach.
No, they're sure not. You know, they've got a little confidence. They made a couple shots early on in the game, and that kind of gave them some confidence, and now they're able to really get whatever they want offensively. We're in zone. They're able to pick it apart, get to the basket. You know, on the ball screen, they haven't gone back to the ball screen. We guarded that pretty well, but yeah, it's just kind of a rough go for the Aggies right here, that's for sure. 3-point shooting, they're going to look back at that percentage. Free throw percentage, they're just too low right now.
Aggies 4 of 15 from beyond the 3-point line, and also 13 of 24 from the free throw line. So Youngstown State has a chance to cut this to a 1-point game or tie it up. Morse on the right wing, over to Covington, spin into the lane, drive, shot up, won't go. Offensive rebound, shot up and missed, but he'll go to the free throw line. Naz Bohannon off the offensive rebound. And that is the 9th offensive board for the Penguins in this game.
Yeah, we are undersized right now. We have our 4-guard lineup out there until Duane comes back in. But, you know, you would think with 4 guards we could guard them, but they're just lining us up to drive by us. That's really all they're doing is driving right by us.
All right, Brown's going to check into this game for McEwen. Covington hits his free throw, and all of a sudden, Youngstown State's a good free throw shooting team.
Yeah, they're certainly not 50%, are they?
No, they're 69%, 9 of 13. And Covington, who, by the way, was a 64% free throw shooter, is perfect on the night as he buries that one too. And we're down to a 1-point game, 61-60, 9.5 minutes left to go. We're going to make sure that officials going down to the monitor to try to make sure they've got everything figured out as to making sure they call this thing correctly. with 9:24 left to go. But, Coach, this is got some anxious fans here in the Spectrum.
Yeah, if you don't put a team away, that you're supposed to early and they hang around, suddenly they get a lot of confidence. And, right now, if you told me that we're playing a 2-9 team, I wouldn't believe you. Now, they played some tough games, and they're used to hostile environments, playing it, in some different environments. We're certainly not hostile tonight, but right now we're just really struggling to score the ball A and guard the ball B. So it's a tough go.
By the way, that was a very important foul call because it was going to be against Kobe. Instead, it goes against Dwayne Brown, so they wanted to check the monitor. Dwayne Brown gets circled with the foul, not Kobe. Aggies have gone the last 3 minutes and 6 seconds without a field goal. Kobe's going to check back into this game because, well, at one point they thought he'd picked up his 4th foul, but now that he hasn't, he'll be checking in here very shortly.
Yeah, and I mean, once you take them out, you have to get a tick of the clock before you can go back in, even if it was the official's mistake.
So Brown's going to inbound, runs the baseline, swings it over to Taylor. Taylor spins, crosses the timeline, breaks the press all by himself. Good job by Quinn. Quinn picks up his dribble, though, hands off to Brito. Brito over to Isby. Isby wants to drive. Into the lane, shot off the glass, got it to go. And there's Isby getting his first field goal of the half.
I would just continue to drive that basketball. When we've given up the 3, when we shot too many 3s is our problem.
Aggies push the lead to 3, 63-60. Hartfield, long shot inside the three-point line, rattled, hit every part of the rim, and finally dropped. A garbage shot gets rewarded by Hartfield. Brito drives, swings back to Taylor, over to Merrill. Merrill has the ball poked away from him. Fortunately, Brito's able to pick it off the court. Brito into the lane. He can't find anything, so he swings it back to Isby. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Long 3 by Isby won't go. Fortunately, Brown's there for the rebound. Puts the shot up, missed, but he's fouled to go to the free throw line.
So interesting on that shot. That wasn't all Isby just shooting it. Dwayne had inside position and actually told him, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. He was able to get that offensive rebound. That's like a Millsap move from the
back in the Louisiana Tech days. Some of his best offense was missed 3-point shots.
Right. And that's exactly what I saw there. He said, shoot it, and that was a good rebound there.
That's a good eye. Good catch, Coach. Brown with a free throw is up and good. And Brown, by the way, is 4 of 5 from beyond from the free throw line. He'll have another one. Kobe McEwen having a nice chat with the officials at midcourt. Aggies lead by 2, 64-62, 8:22 left to go. Lining up the second shot is up and good, and Brown is doing everything he can to keep the Aggies good from the free throw line. He's now 5 of 6. Morris, as the Penguins trail by 3 with 8:12 left to go on the right wing. Swings it over on the right side. Covington for 3, missed everything. And here comes Kobe with the rebound. Kobe guarded closely, baseline shot up and won't go. Rebound will go out of bounds off of Utah State. I could have swore that was going to go off Covington. All right, 7:58 left to go. Aggies lead by 3, 65-62 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. Logan, Aggies nursing that 3-point lead, 65-62 with 7:58 left to go. Youngstown State, by the way, already in the double bonus, so the Aggies are going to have a chance to shoot some free throws. But unfortunately, that hasn't been great tonight, as the Aggies now in the 50s once again, 15 of 26 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's what the game's going to come down to. I mean, that's what it's showing us so far. If we can come down now, if we can go 10 for 10 to finish the game, we'll walk away with 8 or 9 points.
Let's not get greedy. 9 for 10.
9 for 10.
Yeah.
We'll miss one if someone opens the door and creates a big breeze. But defensively, we need to just stay tight and not give them high percentage shots. When they're shooting from outside, Youngstown State, we've done a fine job of keeping them off the boards. It's when they shoot inside that we can't keep them off the glass.
All right, Morris crossing the timeline. Youngstown State with the ball, trailing by 3. Bohannon swings it back over to Benton. Benton back to Hartfield. Hartfield drives into the lane. Shot is blocked by Taylor, but he's able to get his own rebound. Swings it back to Benton. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Benton over to Hartfield. Hartfield guarded by Isby. Steps back, swings it back to Benton. Straightaway 3 is up and won't go, and there's Quinn Taylor for the board.
Yeah, the long shots we rebound a little better. That's a good rebound. We need a big score right here.
Sam Merrill crossing the timeline, slips it over to Taylor. Taylor loses the handle though. Still trying to attack the rim, but finally kicks it back over. Left baseline three is up and got it. And that's Isby who buries the three. Kobe McEwen took a big hit, was down on the court. Coach Duryea saying, get up, get back on defense. We got to go. Aggies lead by 6, 68-62. Big three by Isby, who now has 20 points in the game. 8 of 11 from the field. Morse into the lane. Shot off the glass, won't go. He's fouled.
Yeah, Kobe just reached in there and grabbed him.
And that's going to be number 4 for him. Kobe McEwen picks up foul number 4. He'll have to check out as Diogo Brito coming into the game.
Yeah, no real reason for that. We had him guarded well enough. Sam did a fine job on the ball screen of keeping him in front of him, but you know, Kobe just reached in there and has an ill-advised fourth foul.
Geico is a proud sponsor of Aggie Athletics and proud to sponsor tonight's game. Hartfield pump fakes the three, gets into the lane, then swings it back over to Morse, who has a good look for three, won't go. Morse tries to chase it and keep it in play, but it will go out of bounds. Back to Utah State.
So 4 straight possessions, we've forced them to take a long three, and they haven't been able to secure an offensive rebound. So good defense right here. Let's see if we can't stretch the lead a little bit.
Brito breaking the press, guarded closely by Benton, then double teamed. Swings over to Merrill, down to Taylor. Taylor lays it up and in. Aggies on a run. 70-62, 6-0 run by Utah State. 7-0 run, excuse me, over the last 1 minute 49. Penguins haven't scored in the last 2 minutes, and that snaps right there as Tyree Robinson is able to lay it up and in over the top of Quinn Taylor.
Slip the ball screen.
That'll get you.
Tough to guard. It's hard because the help's not there yet, so tough to guard.
We'll take a timeout. Coach's timeout. You're listening to Aggie Basketball on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. 70-64. Last layup by Robinson snapped a 7-0 run by the Aggies, who look like they're ready to take control of this game. But like what we've seen for the majority of this one, Youngstown State not about to let the Aggies run away and hide here in the Spectrum in Logan. Aggies, with after tonight, will have a full week off before opening up Mountain West Conference play a week from today here against San Jose State. Isby crossing the line. Little press on that one by Youngstown State. Swings it over to Brown. Brown buries the three from the right wing.
So they denied Sam the basketball. They weren't going to let him initiate the offense. Isby drives it to the lane, makes the defense shrinks, and finds Brown for a three.
Aggies lead by 9, 73-64, 5:56 left to go. Aggies' largest lead in the first half was 10. They've now pushed it back to 9. Youngstown State hasn't led here in the second half. They've trimmed the lead down to 1 a couple of times, but the Aggies haven't allowed the Penguins to get over the hump. Morse picked up by Merrill. Guarded closely, swings it back over to Hartfield, who will take a three. Back iron, won't go. And there's Brown for the rebound. Brown's had himself a hell of a night.
Yes, he has. He's worked really hard.
Down to Merrill, slip to Taylor, who lays it up and in. And great passing leads to great shots for the Aggies.
Yeah, and again, good defense. It all started there. Brown securing the rebound. We're on the break.
Aggies lead by 11, largest lead of the night for this Utah State team. Starting to pull away. Youngstown State to Haygood, lays it up, won't go, but there was a foul, and it was away from the shot, so he won't get continuation, I don't believe.
No, but that will be 4 on Dwayne.
Yep. And I believe that's the 16th foul. Nope, 7. So he will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Yeah, he announced Brito, but I think the foul was 4th foul on Dwayne for sure.
Yeah. Haygood lines up the free throw. 44% free throw shooter. Shot is up, missed badly. And the rebound will go out of bounds off of Utah State as Brown and Merrill fought for it. Morse got his hand in there to disrupt it, and the ball goes out of bounds, so Youngstown State gets the ball on a fresh shot clock.
That shot was so bad that I don't discredit him for not being able to rebound. It's like an air ball. It's hard to rebound an air ball.
Yeah, when that thing comes hard off the rim like that, you just don't know what to do. Morse on a curl three. Ooh, looked like it was going down, but jumps back out, and here comes Brito with the rebound. Aggies lead by 11, largest lead of the game. Brito into the lane, up, off the glass, won't go. Brito thought he was going to draw a foul, and the bad shot leads to Youngstown State going the other way. Morris trying to drive into the lane, tied up by Isby. No, they're going to go a foul or jump ball. They're going to talk about it. I think that should be a jump ball, Coach.
You got 2 against 1, so let's see what
Coach Duryea is claiming jump ball. Youngstown State obviously wants the foul.
Well, it's a coin flip at this point.
And what are we going to go with? Nope, they're going to go a foul. That's too bad, Brito. You know what? Keep making those plays. You're going to be just fine. 75-64, 4:53 left to go here in the ball game as the Aggies lead by 11. And we'll take a timeout. You're listening to Aggie Basketball. Actually, we'll go ahead and keep it here, Coach, as the Aggies leading this game by 11, 75-64, still having a conversation about what they want to do here.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. Sorry, I took the headset up so I could hear them. It sounds like they have a foul, but they don't know who the shooter would be, and so they're going to go to the monitor and see now who the shooter would be. And maybe when they go to the monitor, now they can't change it back to a jump ball now, but they may be regretting their call there. Who knows? Youngstown
State 1 out of their last 7 from the field. Overall, the Aggies are on a 12-2 run at this point. So Aggies have definitely got things rolling at this point. They just got to make sure they can keep things in play and finish this game off and park this car in the driveway. So our staff is, or our officiating crews, well, one thing they do like to do, they like to communicate with each other a lot, don't they?
Yeah, I always felt like even when I referee or when I'm coaching or whatever, that if you have to explain it and talk about it, it probably is not a very good call.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, no one else saw it. You know, I just think
that's what I was kind of leading you to there. Yeah,
just get the easy stuff and don't screw up the game.
All right, Morris is going to the free throw line after the long conversation on the 1-and-1. Makes the first. He'll have one more. Back to a 10-point game with 4:53 left to go.
I mean, it should never be an essay question.
No.
It's a yes or no.
No,
fill in the blank.
It's not like the LSAT where you explain your answer.
Yeah.
Second shot rattles in. Youngstown State came into this game a 56% free throw shooting team. They're now shooting 70% in this game. Diogo and Sam passing back and forth to try to break the press. Isby loses the handle, but they're going to call a foul on Bohannon.
Yeah, see, that's a foul that you have to get. They let a few go, but once the possession's taken away and clearly he had an advantage, then get that foul. I think that's a fine call.
It's a lifetime achievement award right there.
Yeah.
Isby's going to go to the free throw line, who was 1 for 3 on the night from the stripe. 4:45 left to go. Aggies lead by 9. Isby's first free throw is up and good. He'll have another. Aggies now push the lead back to 10. 76-66 with 4:45 left to go. Aggies shooting 59% from the field. Isby makes both free throws. He now has 22 on the night.
Yeah, I really like his game. And again, he hasn't, the second half, it hasn't been, they've taken it away a little bit, but he's created shots for others.
Morse back over to Hartfield. Hartfield drives into the lane over Isby. Off the glass, won't go. And we got ourselves another foul.
Yeah, that's Isby's not in a legal guarding position. He kind of spun around and hit him with his back. So, yeah, he's doing fine offensively. Defensively, he still has a little work to do when he's guarding the ball. But he's definitely I like the way he's approached this game today as opposed to our last game versus, I forgot their name, Life Pacific.
First free throw is missed by Hartfield, who's a 51% free throw shooter. He'll have another one. By the way, keep an eye on Isby. That is his third foul. Second one is up, and that one is good. 4:31 left to go. Aggies lead by 10, 77-67.
Yeah, they've come with a man-to-man press on the last 2 possessions, and we just have to handle the pressure.
Nice give and go as they break the press. Crew Ainge into the game, running the point. Ainge back over to Merrill. Merrill on the right wing to Brito. Brito gets a screen from Taylor, shoots the 3 and won't go. Yes. Taylor tries to fight for it, but there goes the Penguins going the other way. Covington, right wing, 3-point line extended. Back to Morse. Morse, and we're going to get a foul going the other way on Youngstown State. And they've got Haygood with the offensive foul.
That's his third offensive foul in the game. Coach Durier's after Brito right now, and he's absolutely right. There's no reason up by 10 to come down and shoot a three-point shot 5 seconds into the shot clock. It's just an ill-advised shot. He'll learn.
Yep. 4:09 left to go in the game. Utah State leads by 10, 77-67. And
fouled out.
Yep. So Youngstown State is going to have to huddle up and try to bring somebody into this thing. And it's going to be Hartfield who checks in. And Sam Merrill set to inbound underneath his own basket.
I really, the one thing you can't fault Crew is his ball handling. I think versus the press, he's really kind of controlled it very well, where he didn't do in the beginning of the year.
Long touchdown pass to Brito, who lays it up and in.
That's Sam threw that. That's a quarterback right there.
Yeah, Sam looking like Jordan Love out there completing touchdown passes. Benton over to Covington. Covington, three-point line extended. Kobe McEwen set to check in on the next dead ball. Morse splits the double team, gets into the lane, lays it up and in. And for Morse, he's now got 23 points on the night. Sam crosses the timeline and is fouled and will go to the free throw line when we come back. It's the Aggies leading by 10, 79-69 on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield. Point lead, Utah State leading Youngstown State with 3:38 left to go. Scott Gerard alongside Lance Beckert and Coach Ragged.
Oh, yeah.
Discombobulated. I'm trying to think of other adjectives I can use to describe this that won't get me in FCC trouble.
Yeah, oogly. It definitely is a little. Yeah, we're just kind of finding a way, but that's okay. We're finding a way to kind of scratch it out and grind down the last 3 or 4 minutes. But what Youngstown State's done is they've mucked up the game. They've kind of muddied it by, creating some full court pressure. They're not really looking to steal. They're just kind of muddying the game. And then the problem is, and I'll be interesting to talk to Coach Dury after the game, whether he thinks this is a strong defensive stand because they ran him off the three-point line, or if we just lined him up and let him drive past us. So good for the coach to give us his insight defensively on this game. Obviously, we're going to give up over 70 points, but an interesting second half for sure.
Yeah, 79-69, 3:38 left to go. As Aggies will go to the free throw line when we get this thing going. Utah State with a win will pick up their 7th win of the season before they hit conference play. And then you look back on some of the games that you wish they could have picked up, like Portland State or Weber State. I mean, there's some games that certainly they'll wish they would have had going into conference run. Crew Ainge leaves a free throw very short. You'll have one more.
I mean, I thought early on we could have had 10 wins, double digits going in, but that's okay. This is the, kind of what you're strapped into. Hopefully we have a full squad when we get to league and can go through the year through league play with a full squad. Then, this preseason would have meant something.
Yeah. Crew Ainge is going to have a seat. Kobe McEwen comes in playing with 4 fouls. Let's see if he can finish these last 3:38. All right, here we go. Benton crossing the timeline. Swings over to, up top to Hartfield. Hartfield dishes down low with a good look to Robinson. Robinson tries to get to the line or get to the basket, and Kobe McEwen is on the court for exactly, what about 18 seconds? And then he fouls out.
Yeah, I'm not sure that all the the complaining and the jawing with the officials during the game doesn't kind of come back to bite you sometimes in games like this where they can kind of send a message.
Kobe's now fouled out of 2 out of the last 3 games. He fouled out against the University of Utah and has fouled out tonight. His line on this one is we banked in a free throw by Hartfield. That's what happens when you shoot 51% from the free throw line. Sometimes the makes are as ugly as the misses. Second one is up, and he gets that one. 2 for 2. Attaboy.
A little late night banking.
Here comes Dwayne Brown and the inbounds. 5 seconds. Didn't inbound it in time. Turnover, Utah State. Aggies lead by 9, 80-71, but turned it over, and now Youngstown State with the ball underneath their own basket. Aggies shooting 58% from the field, 47 for Youngstown State. Morris on the left wing, guarded by Brito. Tries to challenge him a bit, into the lane, pulls up, push shot, won't go. And there's Sam Merrill with a rebound, and a foul will go against Sam. Wow. And they're gonna get Isby, and Duryea barks at the official, and the official says, hey, you need to chill out too. This is a very interesting call. You've seen the replay a couple times, and Coach, I don't want to be yelling at the officials guy, but I'm not seeing it.
I didn't see much there either, you know, and this is a point of the game where, you know, if you're Coach Duryea, you do need to stay under control. You don't want to give away points at the free throw line on a technical foul or anything like that. But, yeah, that was a very interesting. He must have saw something.
Robinson missed his first one. Second one, it rattles in. So a three-point trip, all from the free throw line. Inbound to Brito. Brito over to Merrill. Merrill's got numbers. He drives into lane, off the glass, got it to go, and he's fouled. Sam Merrill's having none of this nonsense.
So what he does is he doesn't complain, he doesn't say anything to the referee. He just gets the basketball and presses the issue. I really like Sam. I got a lot of respect for players that can play above, you know, what's happening around them.
82-72, Aggies lead by 10. And Sam Merrill steps up to the free throw line. Shot is up, buried it.
Of course.
Good for Sam.
Yeah, I would expect nothing less.
Inbound to Benton. Aggies drop back all the pressure. Benton on the left wing, picked up by Brito. Swings over to Morse. Morse thinks about a three, guarded closely by Merrill. Drives on the right side, into the lane, shot won't go. Rebound pulled down by Quinn Taylor. Hands over to Brito. Brito double teamed, loses the handle and turns it over. Deflection, and here comes Hartfield. Over to Benton. Benton drives, lays it up, in. And on a fast break opportunity, Youngstown State, and they're going to get Benton for fouling Sam Merrill after the Penguins tried to double team him to force a turnover.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Sam. He also has to guard their best player, you know, for a majority of the plays. There's been some possessions that he hasn't been on him, but, you know, he's had a tough task today, and he stepped up to the challenge.
So Sam's going to go to the free throw line. 83-74. Let's pause 10 seconds for local stations to identify themselves on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Gamer.
Sam Merrill buries both free throws. Aggies lead by 11, 85-74, matching their largest lead in this game. Benton on the right wing. Hands over to Morse. Morse guarded once again by Brito. Back over to Benton on that right wing. Back to Morse, but the ball stolen away by Brito. Brito all by himself will throw it down for the dunk, and the Aggies lead it by 13. Brito with the steal, and the Aggies with their largest lead. Morse over to Benton. Benton back up top to Bohannon. Bohannon swings it over to Hartfield on the right wing. Hartfield pump fakes. Down low to Robinson. Robinson in the lane. Shot is blocked. Will go out of bounds and stay with Youngstown State. Ferguson's going to check into this game for the Penguins. Benton's checking out. Aggies lead 87-74. 2:02 left to go in what we can only call a very excruciating late play in this game. Scrum for the ball at the inbounds, and it'll end up in a jump ball, and it will go to Utah State. Yeah, as Morse tried to throw it off the back of Brito. Actually, it'll stay with Youngstown State, off the jump ball. Morse waiting to inbound. Swings over to Hartfield on the left wing. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Morris will take the three, won't go, and the rebound pulled down by Taylor. Here comes Isby wanting to run. Isby into the lane, lays it up with the left hand, won't go. Tried to tip it up with the left hand and can't get that to finish as the Penguins pull down the rebound. Here comes Morris trying to run. He attacks the rim, and Sam Merrill pulls down the board. 1:39 left to go. Long pass all the way to Isby, who lays it up and in.
That's not what he could do.
I got up there. He wanted to dunk it, just couldn't finish it at the rim. So we'll give him a layup. 89-74, 15-point lead. Aggies on a 6-0 run.
Well, he's played a lot of minutes in the second half. I mean, he's really, since the 16-minute mark, I don't think he's come out. If he has, it hasn't been for very long.
Isby with 24, Merrill with 18, Taylor with 13. And the Aggies are going to win this game for their 7th win of the season. Benton down low to Robinson, swings it back over to Morse. Morse wanting to drive, he's double teamed. Behind the back pass goes to Robinson, won't go. Nice pass, but couldn't finish, and the Aggies get the rebound and will run out the clock. Well, at least as much as they can. 54 seconds left in the game, 23 seconds left on the shot clock. As the Aggies going to be patient here. Brito hands over to Isby. Isby with a game-high 24. Being guarded by Ferguson. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Taylor. Isby gets into lane, spins, tries to lay it up, can't finish, but guess what, Coach? He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's a great play. I'm glad the ball ended up in his hands at the end of that possession. He's really been the one that's, he and Sam, but they've kind of been able to create their own shot off the bounce.
Yep. Youngstown State has not scored in the last 2:11 of this game. The Aggies are on a 6-0 run. In fact, Youngstown State has only hit 1 out of their last 7 shots. Youngstown State, the Aggie defense playing a little bit better here down the stretch. Isby's free throw is up and good. Aggies on the night now shooting from the free throw line 22 of 34 for 64%. It's a little bit better.
Yeah, they've kind of creeped up. I think this side, this basket's been a little bit more friendly for them. And again, I don't think it's much to worry about, but in some of these games in league, they're gonna really matter.
Second free throw is up and good. Isby is now 5 of 7 from the free throw line with 25 points. Here comes Morse as the winning team, losing team chant is now being barked out by the student section. Pass down low, good look, won't go for Covington. Rebound ripped down by Quinn Taylor. And the Aggies will run out the clock with 15 seconds left and get this win 91-74. Isby's got to cross the timeline, and then we can call this thing good. Coach, it wasn't pretty. In fact, it was downright ugly at times, but the Aggies are going to win this game 2-1. There's the horn, and your final in this one is 91-74. The Aggies getting the win at home.
Yeah, it's it kind of ended up to be a grind-out game, and that's the game that it ended up to be. And we kind of took care of business there about 11, 12 minutes on, and it started making some free throws in the right place. So grind it out. We'll take a win any way we can get it.
Final in this one, 91-74. We'll take a break, get you ready for the post-game show next on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.